Alrighty guys, welcome back to a brand new episode here on The Ankle.
Hello, uglies!
Hey Ember.
Hello, honey. Welcome to my shit show.
So I know I'm a little bit more dolled up than I usually am. I had another interview today, and I just felt like, you know what, we'll stay preppy and clean for our video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Season 5, Episode 6. And this one is called It Came From Beyond. The mansion and the entire cast are beamed to outer space. Previously, they had the Battle of the Bands episode, and Orgotic's band Chaotic won, and Fantasia's band was the losers. And in the bottom was Anaphylactic and Neohuru X. Anna was sadly eliminated, or exterminated. Once again, another quick intro. They get right to it. This week, they are beaming to the planet of transsexual in the galaxy of Transylvania. Right away, like very clearly a Rocky Horror reference. Love that. If you guys saw my tattoo video, you know that I have Dr. Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror tattooed on my leg. One of my favorite musicals. Probably like the first real musical that really got me into like not horror, but musicals in general. Enter the workroom. All of the monsters are very excited. Another week down. Throb is worried for Anna, and pretty much everyone agrees that Neo is going to be coming back. I mean, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? Orgotic is talking about how they can't imagine the competition without Neo. Honestly, yeah, I couldn't either. She brings such a huge, like, aesthetic appeal to the franchise, I think. Yeah, I couldn't see it without her either. She's obviously going to be, like, top 3. So, Neo does come back in as expected, and Orgotic gives her a big hug and kiss. Everyone else is like, oh, okay. Major side eye, like, keep it to off camera, girls. I don't want to see it. Fantasia says they're definitely fucking. Fantasia came so alive after the last challenge. It just kind of sucks that her looks, like, severely fucking plummeted after. Everyone is shocked by her tattoo, what it is, and the placement. Fantasia, in reference to, because Neo's talking about Anna's tattoo, her tramp stamp. Fantasia goes, oh my god, so she's a cum dump. Dog, I love this show so much. I love it so much. Could you imagine fucking VH1 or MTV saying that on Drag Race? Please. Orgotic says that she was never impressed by Anna, which, like, shade. Major shade. Orgotic does recognize that, like, she's a big name over in the UK for drag, especially, like, alternative drag. When you're up against monsters like Neo and Orgotic, like, dude. Cynthia says that she's going to take out JK and not to dinner. Throb wants to take JK out for sending Jarvis home. I think it's so dumb. We'll get into that more later. Blackberry says she has something Neo doesn't. Fantasia wants Throb gone because he came for her. And this whole section, like, they're just going around the table like, I want you to go home. So unnecessary, dude. JK wants Blackberry gone. Also, they say she's too polished. And, I kind of agree, kind of disagree. I don't think polish is necessarily a bad thing in Dragula. Orgotic also wants JK gone. They say that they are taking the spot of talented people. And while I am an Orgotic apologist, I do not think that is okay to say, because clearly JK had something that got them there. So they're not taking the spot of anyone, honey. They're right where they need to be. And to be fair, you are on the same level of that as them within this competition. You know, maybe like pipe down. And JK clocks Orgotic for that. They're like, what you're not going to do is you're not going to stand here and say that I'm taking the spot of someone else because I deserve to be here as well. And Orgotic is just like, well, that's what I said. And I I appreciate just the blunt, cold honesty, but I don't know. It's a little cunty, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, Orgotic's just like cold and shady to JK now, which like you kind of knew was gonna happen. Like you knew they were just being friendly for that challenge, and then it was going to go right back to the shit talking. Neo's going after Blackberry, and everyone's just being so fucking shady, like for no reason, really. The sirens go off, and the Boulets pop up, even bloodier. And Cynthia's like, are they getting bloodier? And they announce that the challenge is Pleasure Planet X. They have to create new intergalactic personas, sex workers, and market and sell your goods on the runway. I think it's such a fun challenge idea. I don't think it was executed well, but it sounds like so much fun. On the Boulets podcast, they talked about how they just didn't feel like anyone really hit the nail on the head for the challenge and whatnot. Like they were thinking more Rocky Horror, kink kind of vibes, and everyone else just went straight to the alien aspect. Whereas like Dr. Frankenfurter, he was an alien. I think it was a bit of miscommunication on everyone's part. Back at the long table, the ghouls start impersonating each other. It's a funny little moment. Blackberry wants everyone to get sexy, since that's the name of the challenge, and Fantasia and Throb start doing a bit too much. Cynthia starts making out with Fantasia, and then all of a sudden Throb is grinding on the table, and then like grinding and making out with Orgotic. It's y'all, it's a crazy show. It really is. The fucking face that Blackberry made, like, that's exactly how I feel in this situation. So everyone starts working on their looks. JK pulls Throb into the cauldron to ask him about like what the beef was this morning, because he felt it was very personal when Throb said that he's gunning for JK next. And JK, other than Anaphylactic, who is no longer here, his only other ally he felt like he had was Throb, because of that heart-to-heart that they had, and like Throb genuinely trying to like step in and alleviate some of like the I guess shade going towards JK's way. But now it seems like that's out the window. Throb says it's just a principle for sending Jarvis home. I think that's so stupid. Like, it's a competition. It's a competition. And she says, like, if it came down to Jarvis and I would bury him in the ground. I understand. But, like, I feel like you can treat it as a competition and not just like personally attack other people, especially when like at the end of the day the decision is not yours. Throb is just playing the game, and like I said, you can do that without making other people feel shitty. But anyways, guys, let's get right to it. It is the day of the floor show. They're like getting ready and they're all practicing their orgasm noises. Super fucking cringe. I highly suggest skipping that part. We're going to. The Boulets look like a Monet Exchange update this week. Like, you know that look that she did on her original season for the ball challenge or whatever? That red quilted? That's the one. But yeah, I like the look, honestly. It's not bad. I think it does make them look a little bigger. Like, it's not as cinched as it could be. But, yeah, that's neither here nor there, I guess. The judges for this week are actor/writer David Dashmalshin. And I know he has been on before. To be honest, I can't, like, ring off the top of my head what he's been in. And then also actor and star of Terrifier, Lauren Lavera. I love the look that she wore, like the big fingers and everything. Oh my God, like she got into it. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the judges getting into it. Like she came prepared. And I believe she was in the first Terrifier. She kind of looks like the girl from the second one, but it would have specified Terrifier 2, right? I don't know. And it's been a minute since I've seen the first Terrifier. So with that, the floor show begins. Throb is the very first monster to come out. He's very bright, very clean. It's so polished. Although he had too many bad props again, and it's just coming off as like a little bit corny, you know, that he always has all of these little gags, I guess. Like, I don't know, but even the Boulets, they agreed, like, too many tricks that don't work, but they thought he was very dynamic, and they were getting kind of like Bowser vibes from him, not so much Alien. But from the sounds of it, they didn't even want, like, specifically Alien either. So JK comes out next, very messy, but really funny, honestly. Like, this is a character that I could kind of get behind. A little underwhelming, though, but makeup still so freaking good. Their makeup will never be, like, a downfall to their looks, that's for sure. And I honestly, you'll see what I'm talking about coming up next, but I think JK put in more effort than Fantasia or Cynthia. The Boulets were acting like offended by JK's look, but not so offended by Cynthia's. They said that JK had 50% energy. They could tell something was off with them, and I think the whole interaction with Throb really got into his head. But they also loved, like, the truck stop aspect, and that's what I really love about it too. So up next is Cynthia. Wow, this Muppet is bad. That's all I wrote down. It's just such a messy look. It does not look clean. It does not look polished. It doesn't look like something that would be on the Dragula runway and be acceptable. You know what I mean? And they can say that about JK's look, but I see a lot more effort in JK than I did in Cynthia. Drac Mortis called it Muppets in Space, pajama bottom, like, material, or sweatpants. Like, it just looked so trashy, you know? And they were very aggravated about it too, but we'll see how it plays out. Orgotic comes out, very unsure of what/how this thing is. I wrote down even that it was giving more like Cenobite from Hellraiser kind of vibes. I do like the different, like, kind of morbid comedy he brings into it, of like, if you want a night with me, give me all your skin. It's like, I could see that, but that definitely is ringing more to like a Cenobite vibe. Am I wrong? And like, those are multi-dimensional beings, but is a multi-dimensional being an alien? They thought that the black, like, latex underneath threw it off. I do too. I think it should have just been their skin. The tentacles, they said, should have been more phallic in nature, kind of like a tentacle porn kind of thing. And yeah, they just felt like it was demonic more than space. And what was it, David Desmalchian, he also said, like, it was giving a little bit more like crustacean. Up next, Blackberry absolutely fucking killed this challenge. I think she's the only one that hit it even relatively close to where it was supposed to be, with like the Rocky Horror vibes. Super clean. Like, this look had to be money, girl. Like, money. I can see now, like, Blackberry's been doing good, but the budget is in these later episodes. But the Boulets are still wondering, who is Blackberry exactly? They think she has impeccable craftsmanship, great looks, but they're just still not sure of like who she really is. Up next is Fantasia. I said exterminate on the spot. This look was so dog shit poor. I don't care how you want to like spinner rapid, garden gnome, Cirque du Soleil, whatever, like party clown. It looked so bad. The eyes looked so bad, and it was just, she's giving the same like silhouette and the same garment essentially each week now, and it's starting to annoy me. All I'm gonna say, the Boulets were confused as well, too clown-like, more circus. And then Neo comes out. Now the judges, they fucking loved her. They loved it. They thought it was a bit too much and that it needed editing, but they still loved it and marked it really high. I thought it was funny, but way too much. She couldn't even fucking walk in the shoes that she was wearing. I think the humor aspect is really what saved it for her, but the Boulets did not like this floor show though. They were very underwhelmed, and yeah, they even said it in, like I said in the podcast, no one really hit the mark with this one. So the safe queen is Cynthia. which I heavily fucking question. Heavily question it. Bottom is Orgotic, but they are safe. And then JK and Fantasia are the bottom two. I think it should have been Cynthia and Fantasia. I do, because I think Fantasia would have gone home. After this performance this week, I think that would have been deserved, because what the fuck. But the top was Neo, Blackberry, and Throb, and Blackberry finally gets her first win of the season. She's really emotional about it, and it's really sweet to see. I think she deserved it, and yeah. I think Blackberry was the only clear winner for this week. So the bottom two will have to do a electric birth simulator. They're going to be strapped down to like a metal table and simulating giving birth, essentially. And whoever taps out first loses. So in the cauldron, the camaraderie is a little bit nicer now. They're not being as shady. Cynthia doesn't like not having a win, and that's really just kind of like the main meat of like the elimination episode or part, the cauldron, I guess. Go right to the extermination challenge. So they have JK and Fantasia strapped down to this metal cold ass looking table, and Israel is like pushing these electric nodes or whatever like into their stomach so that they really fucking feel it. What it does is it stimulates your muscles with electricity so that they contract like you are giving birth. And while I do think Fantasia did a great fucking job during this extermination, she did last longer than JK. JK tapped out first, which it's unfortunate, but I mean, we probably knew it was going to happen. Her boobs just like, oh my god, dude. I don't know if I'll be able to show a clip of it, but it was so funny. And just like, that's probably why the Boulets saved her, was just because that performance on that fucking bed, dude, oh my god. The screaming and just like her giant... Oh my god, it was just so funny. Thank you so much for tuning in. For next week's episode, we are going to be taking a look at ultraviolet umbras. That's weird. The cast must create costumes, looks, and makeup treatments using spectrums of light as a base. And it's inspired by like American style haunted houses. Super fun episode. We'll get into that one, and maybe we'll make it like a double feature to get these last two out of the way, because tonight it comes back on, and I think they're doing the Last Supper tonight, so that'll be super exciting. You guys definitely tune in and watch that on Shudder. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I know it's a bit of a shorter video. This episode just kind of like breezed through though, you know, and less monsters, less people to talk about. The videos might get a little shorter as we go. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.